Shalom, shalom. In today's Legends from the Zohar, we are going to be discussing the mystery of Moses' birth. And we're going to find the section called Moshe's Birth in book 18. So we're going to get straight into it. This is going to be a very momentous video. So from the very beginning, let's get to it. It says right here, Vayalach Ayesh mi Beit Levi Vayakok et Bath Levi. And there went a man of the house of Levi and took to wife a daughter of Levi. This will be the subject. And it says, Rabbi Hezekiah said, "This is how I learned it. It is written, and there went a man of the house of Levi and took to wife the daughter of Levi." Shemot 2:1. And there went a man, that is the holy blessed one, blessed be he. That is Zeranpin, as is written, Hashem is a man of war, mainly Ayesh. Shemot 15:3. The house of Levi is the holy one, blessed be he, who went from the area where supernal Chokmah and that bright radiance which is supernal Bina join together and never separate. He interprets Levi as derived from attachment, as in Leveot. Another explanation of the house of Levi is that the Leviathan has inspired all enjoyment in the world, and he interprets Levi as derived from Leviathan. As is written, there is the Leviathan whom you have made to play therein. And took to wife the daughter of Levi, that is, the Holy One, blessed be he, which is the place where the moon is bright, that being Malkuth. And the woman conceived and bore a son. Surely the woman, as it says, she Zot, meaning Malkuth, shall be called woman, Bereshit 2:23. And Zot is the name of Malkuth. At first, she is called the daughter of Levi, and certainly it is so. Why did he first call her the daughter of Levi, and now a woman? He responds, this is what we have learned. Before she is married, a woman is referred to as a daughter of so-and-so. But after she is married, she is referred to as a woman. Here too, daughter and woman pertain to the same level, meaning Malkuth. However, before he took her in marriage, she was referred to as the daughter of Levi, and after that a woman. This is very, very important, and this is going to be the subject of this video. I'm going to give an extremely esoteric commentary to this. So we're going to get straight into this. It says specifically, and there went a man of the house, Beit. So what do we know about Beit? We know that it is written, wisdom built a house, which is Beit, with 7 pillars, and established it with Binah, understanding, and filled it with knowledge, Da'ath. So we just read that Levi here refers to the Leviathan, and he interprets Levi as derived from Leviathan. So we know that the man is equated to the Leviathan, and the daughter is also equated to the Leviathan. This is also very important because it says a daughter of Levi, and it does not say a wife. This point is specifically pointed out here in 3:12, in which it states that the daughter of Levi, and certainly it is so. Why did he call her the daughter of Levi and not a woman? He responds, this is what we have learned. Before she is married, a woman is referred to as the daughter of so-and-so. It is also written in the Zohar that the 2 Leviathans were unable to mate, for if they were able to mate, they would destroy the world. So therefore, one is referred to as daughter, and one is referred to as man. Now, both of these are referenced as the Blessed Holy One. This is very important. So the Blessed Holy One is being equated essentially with the Leviathan, and Moshe is also being equated with the Leviathan. So before we get too deep into this, I'm going to confirm all of this. We're going on to book 22, Kof Beit, in a section called the Leviathan. This is page 241. And here we see Rav Hamnun Taba tells Moses that he is the Leviathan of the Sea of the Torah. So here we have a direct equation to Moshe and the Leviathan. So regarding this, we're going into, you'll find this diagram in the Pritzker edition of the Zohar. It's in the opening. And we're going to find here that Tifereth is identified as the Blessed Holy One, and it is also identified as Moshe. Moshe in Hebrew is Mem Shin He, and reverse is Hashem, mainly Yod He Vav He, which again is Tifereth. As stated, wisdom built a house with 7 pillars, mainly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He establishes it with Binah, fills it with Da'ath. Why is this important? Because the Leviathan that is being referred to in this passage in reference to the Blessed Holy One, mainly that there is a man of the house of Levi, which is equated to the Leviathan, and the daughter of Levi, which is also equated to the Leviathan, is because he made male and female, specifically the Leviathan, mainly male and female. And as we know, the heads, as it is said, were crushed inside in the sea, mainly 7 heads, as the Zohar reveals. This is all an allusion to the shattering of the vessels, which is in the 231 gates. Now the 231 gates, as shown here, this is the Partsuf for Aleph, which is Keter. This is the Partsuf for Beit, which is Chokmah. And this is the Partsuf of Gimel, which is Bina. We find that the breaking point of the shattering of the vessels happens in Bina. And Bina, as listed here, is called womb. Mainly that the child, the 7 pillars, being associated with Zer Anpin and Hashem and Moshe here, comes from this point. So therefore it comes from the Leviathan, mainly this male and female Leviathan. So why am I pointing all of this out? And what exactly does the Leviathan have to do with these Partsuf themes that I'm showing you? Because these Partsuf themes, which is Aleph with every letter with Aleph, Beit with every letter with Beit. As the Sefer Yetzirah demonstrates, this is every 2-letter combination of all of the letters from Aleph all the way to Tav, creates the Leviathan, mainly 2 Leviathans. This final Partsuf being the end where the female Leviathan is, and the very first line of the Partsuf, which is the one that returned, called Concealed and Hidden, mainly the male Leviathan. So what does this look like? When this is all drawn in a giant line, it creates the coiled Leviathan, mainly here, as has been demonstrated. And so this is the 231 gates and all the Partsuf themes drawn out all the way from Aleph to Tav. And what's important to state here is, again, the breaking point is in Bina, which is called the womb. And therefore, as we know, the top 3 Sephiroth are separated from the lower 7 Sephiroth. And we have now seen there is an equation to Moshe and the Leviathan, mainly that he is born out of a man from the tribe of Levi and the daughter of Levi, mainly being the Malkuth, which is the bottom, mainly here, the final Partsuf, and the man, mainly the top, or the male and the female, which are the 2 ends of the Leviathan, mainly the head and the tail. And so, to reiterate this, we're going to return back to the text. So what is important before I read this to reiterate is that all of these Partsuf themes afterwards are broken. So you'll see it's broken 1 line here at the end, and then 2 lines, and then 3 lines, and then 4 lines, and then 5 lines, and 6 lines, and 7 lines, and it continues. These are the backs and the fronts of all of the Sephiroth. Therefore, the lower seven Sephiroth, mainly under Bina, which is Zeranpin, who is identified here clearly as Moshe, is demonstrated not only here in this diagram, which is in the Pritzker edition of the Zohar, but is stated on Pasim here in book 18. And so, using this understanding and understanding that the man of the house of Levi and the daughter are the two aspects of this Leviathan, and they give birth to Moshe, who is also called a Leviathan, for what else would a Leviathan give birth to except another Leviathan, as identified here in a section called the Leviathan, mainly Kof Beit. In book 22, we'll continue to read in the mystery of the shattering of the vessels, which we know that the shattering point happens at Bina. Therefore, all the lower seven Sephiroth are broken. So it says, Rabbi Hezekiah said, "This is how I learned it. It is written, and there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife the daughter of Levi," Shemot 2:1. And there went a man, that is the Holy One, blessed be He, that is Zeranpin, as it says, Hashem is a man of war. The house of Levi is the Holy One, blessed be He, who went from the area where supernal Chokmah and that bright radiance, which is supernal Bina, joined together and never separate. Mainly the first three Partsu themes, which were demonstrated here in the gates, mainly that Chokmah and Bina did not break, and of course neither did Kether. And it says here, the house of Levi is the Holy One, blessed be He, who went from the area where supernal Chokmah and that bright radiance, which is supernal Bina, joined together and never separate. He interprets Levi as derived from attachment, as in Leviot. Another explanation of the house of Levi is that the Leviathan has inspired all enjoyment in the world, and he interprets Levi as derived from Leviathan, as is written, "There is the Leviathan whom you have made to play there," in Techalim 104:26, "and took to wife the daughter of Levi, that is the Holy One, blessed be He, which is the place where the moon is bright, that being Malchuth." And now again, we have learned, and the woman conceived and bore a son, mainly because when these Partsu themes had completed, mainly Aleph with every letter with Aleph, Beit with every letter with Beit, Gimel with every letter with Gimel, Dalet with every letter with Dalet, and of course it goes all the way till Tav, Tav with every letter with Tav. At the completion of this sequencing, which is every two-letter combination of the 22 letters, meaning all possibilities are accounted for, there creates an anomaly, mainly that the lower seven Sephiroth, the points after Bina, are broken, you could say. And to find the breaking points, of course, as it is written on Mekamalek, they tie the beginnings with the ends. So that is how you will identify it. So with all of this being said, this is the establishment of Moshe, mainly being associated with Zeranpin, mainly being associated with Tiferet, and its association with the Leviathan. And the Leviathan is this string of code. So give great contemplation to these sections, for every word of Torah and every phrase and every sentence has supernal secrets, and nothing in the Torah is of a general nature, but everything is of a superior nature. With all of this being concluded, Shalom Selah.